Thanks for your interest in the General Synod resolutions process. I'm David Anderson, the General Synod staff to the Committee and Resolutions process. On behalf of General Minister and President John Dorhauer, the other officers of the Church, and General Synod Administrator Valerie Smith, we look forward to greeting you in Milwaukee next June 21st to 25th, 2019. It's going to be a great synod in a great city. We know that you may be considering submitting a resolution for this General Synod and want to help you with that process. There are some rules and parameters to follow, and they're found in the standing rules of the 32nd General Synod. Specifically for resolutions, you'll find the information you need in Roman numeral 11. We'll have a link to the standing rules. First, the standing rules spell out who is eligible to submit a resolution, which can be any of the following parties. A General Synod delegate or delegate-elect is eligible to submit with the written concurrence of at least 10 other delegates or delegates-elect, representing at least 2 conferences. A local church with the written concurrence of at least 5 other local churches, an association, a conference, an affiliated, associated, or covenanted ministry is defined in Article 6 of the UCC bylaws, or the UCC Board of Directors. This is spelled out in Roman numeral 11, paragraph 3b of the General Synod Standing Rules. If you want to bring us a resolution for consideration at General Synod, those are the ways that you can proceed. Second, the deadlines. The deadline for submitting a resolution is January 2nd, 2019. It has to be received by the Office of the General Minister and President by that date. The best way to do this is to email me at andersond@ucc.org by or before January 2nd, 2019, and follow up with a hard copy to my attention at the UCC postal address, 700 Prospect, Cleveland, Ohio, 44115. Don't cut it too close. The earlier you can send it in, the better the chances you won't run beyond the deadline. In fact, we highly recommend that you send in your resolution at least a month ahead of time to allow us some time to review your resolution and you some time to make any corrections that may be required. Third, your resolution needs to follow a specific format. Standing Rule 11-3 spells out the format requirements in paragraph D. These include a brief title, a brief summary, a statement of biblical, theological, and historic grounding in the connection to the United Church of Christ, then the text of the resolution, and then some required closing boilerplate language. We've posted a resolution from a few years ago that meets the format requirements. Please look at it not for the subject matter, but for the formatting and the required items. The Committee on Disposition has taken to heart the needs of the Synod and the required deadlines and formatting requirements, and the standing rules don't allow for missing a filing deadline that could have been met. Resolutions received after January 2nd will not be accepted. Once we receive a submitted resolution, we will look at it to be sure it's been properly submitted by an eligible sitting of the Church, and if the formatting requirements are met. We'll also determine if it's a resolution of witness or a prudential resolution, as defined in the standing rules. We may make some minor tweaks or return it to you if we feel it needs some adjustments. A reminder that in our UCC polity, one setting of the Church cannot speak for another, so resolutions of witness passed by the General Synod speak only for the General Synod and not speaking for the UCC as a whole. All submitted resolutions are then reviewed by the General Synod's Committee on Disposition, which is comprised of members of the UCC Board of Directors. The committee will make recommendations to the full board, acting as the business committee of the General Synod, about the disposition of each resolution. Again, in the standing rules, Roman numeral 11, paragraph 2 spells out the options available. The board may send the resolution directly to a business section of the Synod, or the board may refer the resolution to a committee of the General Synod for additional consideration. This is the most common route for a resolution, though not guaranteed. Other options for referral, the committee may determine that the resolution's subject matter has already been addressed by the Synod, If so, it will likely send the resolution to an existing implementing body. And for any resolution, it may send the resolution directly to the Board of Directors, acting as General Synod ad interim. Or it may permanently table the resolution, which effectively kills it. At the opening plenary of the General Synod, the delegates will be asked to affirm or amend the decision of the Board of Directors in relation to the disposition of each resolution submitted. If your resolution does go before a committee of the General Synod, you will need to provide a resource person to speak to it and to answer questions during committee time. That's an in-person commitment in Milwaukee, and the expenses are borne by the submitters. In addition to resolutions, the standing rules also address the process for submitting a proposed pronouncement, a proposal for action of a pronouncement, and other formal motions. That information is also found in paragraph 11. The deadline for submissions of a proposed pronouncement or a proposed action is October 21st, 2018. Please let me know if you want to talk through those options further. That's about it for the overview. I know it sounds complicated, but really it's all spelled out in Rule 11, number 3. To summarize, read carefully Standing Rule 11, number 3. Be sure the resolution is submitted with the endorsement of a qualified setting of the church. Be sure the formatting and content items are in place. And be sure to meet the deadlines. If you do have questions, please feel free to be in touch with me. Following are some links to information that I hope is helpful. Again, my email address is andersond@ucc.org. I do hope to see you in Milwaukee. It'll be a full and faithful synod for members and friends of the United Church of Christ, and I know we all join in welcoming you there. Thanks for your time.